Hello, I welcome you to this session of Python programming. In our previous session, we discussed about the formatting of various data types, integers, floats, and strings, and we also discussed about the various inbuilt functions. I'll start today's session with a small programming example for all of you. So let me begin a Python session and let me create a new program for you. So it would be a sample Python program. So let me write a Python program to say print sum and average of two numbers. Although it may seem very simple, this program, but such simple programs are the basic building blocks for a good programming learning experience. So what I can do here is I can use a variable a with an input statement. And obviously, if I need to use a as integer, either I can cast it to int or I can use the intelligent eval statement or the function out here, which would let me use the value of a as per my wish. Same I can do for b, and then I can find sum as a plus b and average as sum slash 2. Okay, and then I can print both these values. Sum is s, and then I can print average is av. Okay, now let's see how this program behaves. So obviously to run it, I can either press the F5 key or I can go to run and I can say run module. So you can see the F5 function key is out here. Okay, so let's run this program, and you need to save it, of course. So we can call it a sample program with an extension .py. Okay, so when you run it, it will ask you for the value of a first of all, and you can give the value of a as 11 and the value of b as 20. So you get the sum as 31 and average as 15.5. And you also see one thing, that the print statement prints the output. Every print statement prints the output in a new line. So if I want that this sum is 31 and average is 15.5 should be printed in the same line, I can take the help of end statement here. So I can give some space here so the outputs are spaced. Now let's see the effect of this statement on our program. So I'll give the same inputs again. So now you can see that the output is in the same line. That means this end is used to hold the cursor in the after the print statement, because two prints would print the outputs in different lines. If you want two prints to print your output in the same line, then you can take the help of end. And this spacing here would mean whatever spacing you want between these two outputs. So let me now switch back to my presentation, and let's start with today's topic. Today I'm going to discuss the modules in Python with you. This module is a very strong and powerful concept in Python, and in simple terms you can say that every Python source file, every source code, or every program that you create or use which ends in a .py extension is a module. That means module is nothing special in Python. Any file with a .py extension is a module, and you don't require any special code or syntax to specify a file as a module. Now, a module in Python can be used by the import statement. Okay, and what import statement does is that it essentially loads another file and grants access to that file's contents, and the access is granted through the various attributes of the file. Okay, so in simple terms, any file with a .py extension in Python is a module, and you can use that module, or you can run that module, or you can use it in any of your programs by the import statement. And what import statement does essentially is load the file in the memory, and you can use the contents of the files through the attributes of the file. So let me just illustrate this particular concept for you. let us go back to our Python shell, and let me open up a program for you. Let me open up, say, PR11. Okay. So see, now I'm going to tell you what a module is. So this is a file pr11.py. In this I've simply written initialize two variables, a is equal to 20, b is equal to 30. So this a and b are the attributes of this file pr11. So pr11.py is a module, okay, and a and b are its attributes. So let's run this first. Obviously by running it nothing will happen. Only thing that a would be assigned the value as 20 and b would be assigned the value as 30. So I'm going to run this code now, okay, and obviously nothing happens here, okay. But remember that now PR11 is a module, okay, and if you write here import PR11, okay, then simply this works only once. This we'll discuss in our maybe in our next video that why this runs only one, because the next time if you try to run it, okay, nothing will happen. Of course, I can show you with the say print statement here. Okay, say print hello, and if I run it, okay, it will print hello, okay. If I try to import it, this hello is printed once. If I try to import it again, nothing is done, because once I ran this file the shell was restarted. Import pr11 worked once. After that import pr11 would have no effect, because you know importing a module is an expensive task, so far as memory considerations are there, because we require the module to be picked up, to be converted into byte codes and to be executed, and the attribute values to be set. So this is an expensive memory task, so it is done only once. Although you can override it with another statement, which I'll discuss in my next video. But let's see now about this module PR11, how I can use it in some other program or in some other module. So let me open up a file, say PR22 for you. So here in this file PR22, I am writing import PR11. That means that the module PR11 is active here and its attributes can be used like this. Just like uh, classes and objects sort of concept which you'll learn in some future programming languages like C++ and Java. But right now you can see that the attribute of the module can be used by first writing the module name followed by the attribute name. This is one way of using the import statement. So what I'm doing is here in my program PR22, I am importing the file pr11. So now the contents of this file become available in this program. And when I write pr11.a, the value of a in the module pr11 was 20, the value of b was 20. So if I run this program, the value of z would be 50. So let's see. So you can see the output as z is equal to 50. Okay. Another way of specifying this would be writing something like this: from pr11 import. You can specify the attributes that you want to use. If you want to use all the attributes instead of a comma b, you can write star also. Okay. So once you've done that, in the rest of the program you can refer to a and b simply like this without mentioning pr11, and you'll see the output effect would be the same again here. Okay, so this is how you can use modules. So I can just make it a star here also. Okay, so that it's clear now. This means that I want to import all the attributes from the module pr11. So if I run here again, obviously the answer would be 50 again. Okay, so let me now switch back to the presentation. Okay, so we discussed what is a module and how to use it. You've seen that. Okay, let's now continue with this. Now, this module seems to be the basic, core idea behind program architecture in Python. This is the backbone of the programming in Python. And in large programs, we usually make small module files which import tools from other module files. And of all the module files, one of the files is designated as the main or the top level file, which launches your program, and all other can be called through this program by using the import statement. Okay, so to use a module, we can use the import statement. So if you want to execute a script file, I discussed with you, you can launch a script file by this import statement. But this works only once per session, because I discussed with you that these imports are very expensive. and because they must first find files, compile them to bytecode, and run the code. So if you really want to force Python to run the file again in the same session without stopping and restarting the session, you need to instead call the reload function available in the import lib standard library. So if you need to, your import to work again, you can use reload statement instead of the import statement. So let's see how. So in this shell, I can write here, say import. I'm importing pr22 now. Okay. So obviously the output is there. Program pr22 is executed and the output is there. If I again try import pr22, obviously you will see nothing will happen because import works only one. So what you can do is you can write here from import lib import reload. Yeah, you can use the reload statement. So from import lib import reload, and now you may run this pr2 as many times as you wish by using this reload statement, but it will also display that the module this was loaded, so it will give you this message each time. So again, if you reload it, it will run. Okay, so that is how you can run this your module file multiple times, because it won't be possible with the import statement, because in one session import would execute your module only once, but your reload statement can execute it as many times as you wish. And in one of my previous sessions, I discussed with you that this pr22, your POI file, when it is converted into a bytecode, that bytecode stayed in a directory underscore underscore pycache underscore underscore. So let's see whether this pr22 file is available in your that directory or not. So let's go to this, and let me now look for my pycache directory. This is the underscore underscore pycache underscore underscore directory. Let's go in there, and obviously let's select the all files. So you can see that this is your compiled bytecode. So I hope you understand this. This is your compiled Python file. This is your bytecode file. Okay, so this is pr22.pyc, and the version here is mentioned because if you are using multiple versions in your this environment, then it's difficult to distinguish between the bytecode files. So this would tell you that this bytecode file is from the version of Python 3.7. Okay, so whenever you use an import statement and if you have made changes to your program, a new bytecode file is created. And if you have not made any changes, then the bytecode file remains the same. Okay, I hope the concept of bytecode is clear to you and how to locate that in the underscore underscore pycache underscore underscore directory. So this is all in today's session, and in our next session, I'm going to discuss the concept of the yeah, we'll discuss some modules in Python. I think we can do it in our next session. We can discuss the various inbuilt modules that we have in Python and the purpose that they serve. So till then, bye. Thank you.